What's up? It is Superhero Brothers, it is Tanner, and today I have the Avengers Infinity War Series 2, Thor. So looking at the front of the box, you can see the figure through the plastic, as well as the new Stormbreaker and the Cold Obsidian arm. We got a nice picture of Thor on the side. Thor on the back. There is the read-up. Pause it if you want to read it. Then there's the Cold Obsidian, as well as all the other figures in this set. The only one I'm probably going to get, if I decide to build the figure, I'm going to need to get all of them. But if I don't, which is right now, I'll probably just going to get the Ant-Man and the Wasp or something like that. And then there's another side image of Thor. There's Thor on the front. I did get this at GameStop. I actually got pretty lucky because I went online and I requested it. I did a hold on it, and I went there, and they actually had it. I could not find this figure at any other GameStop. It was like 22 bucks or something like that, but I'm pretty lucky I found this. Let's get to it and crack this guy open. Here's the Thor out of the packaging. I gotta say, this is my favorite Thor of all time, Marvel Legends wise. It's just got that great Stormbreaker, great sculpting. The head sculpt is just great. I love the colors they chose. Absolutely just loved Thor in Avengers Infinity War. He was probably my favorite character, and I'm glad to get this figure. I was highly anticipating for this figure, and I could not wait to get it. Let's look at his accessories, guys. So these are the accessories included with the Thor. You get this nice lightning effect for his hammer. I think that's pretty cool. I like the coloring and the translucent look to it. Pretty cool, nice detailed. It's also like a kind of soft rubber, so you can move it around. And then we also got the Stormbreaker, and I love the sculpt for this figure. I did have this one right here with it, but the lightning was permanently on it. Still a good one though. If you don't want to pick up this figure, this is a perfect one to get. It is for the miniature Thor. Like, I don't think it was a 6-inch one. It was for the other figure line. It wasn't the Marvel Legends, but it was the cheaper figure. And you can get the Stormbreaker with that one if you don't want this one. But I overall think that this Stormbreaker is a lot better. It has a nice sharper look to the edge of the axe. And then on this side of the hammer, I'm assuming this is like the hammer side, I guess. Very nice. Very nicely sculpted. And then the handle, Groot's arm, has some nice detail throughout. No black shading, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Very nicely sculpted, like that. And then we get the Cold Obsidian arm. This thing is highly detailed. Like this piece right here makes me want to build the Cold Obsidian, but I'm not sure yet. It is very nice. But eventually, down the road, I might end up building this. But those are the accessory, guys. Let's get into some more detail with the Thor. So going into some more detail with this Thor, looking at his head sculpt, it is nicely sculpted. It is like the print technology that they're coming out with. And I gotta say that on camera, the blonde on his hair is a lot brighter, or a lot more blonde on camera than it is in person. It's more of like a dark brown in person. So I don't know why it's showing up like that in camera. But very nice. And one feature that they added on here, one detail, is this eye over here. In the movie, if you guys saw it, this is a spoiler. If you have not seen the movie, make sure to pause it right here. The eye right here, if you did see it, you know that this is the fake eye that Rocket Raccoon gave him. And I like how they added that detail in the scar and all that. That's very cool, guys. Originally, before the movie came out and we saw the proto images for this, there was the eye patch, so there was no spoiler. But now we get that detail, which is kind of cool. But cool head sculpt, guys. And then looking down at his armor, we get these plate things. And also, a cool little feature they did on here is they added, as if like the cape is under these plates right here, they added the red through the creases and stuff, so that's pretty neat. You got that. And then coming down, it's just this basic kind of like gunmetal blackish look to it. Very cool. And then looking at his legs, we got some nice lines throughout, as well as those wrinkles, knee pads, as well as these like kick pad looking things. And then the boots looking pretty neat. So overall, a very nicely sculpted figure in the front. And then on the arms, we get this light texture, or this light gray texture and lines throughout. I remember in the movie, I remember that his arms were just like overly big. I don't know if they're padded in the movie or something, and they're a lot darker, so these are a little bit lighter, and I prefer this more. And then we get the shin guards, or the forearm guards right here on each side. And then on the cape, it is a rubber cape. I know a lot of people prefer cloth, but what are you gonna do? You know, they got a budget, and they're just gonna, you know, do the more detailed way and whatever's cheapest. And you also got this nice black thing on the back. So pretty cool, guys. That is a lot of detail on this figure, and I definitely like it a lot. We're going to get into the articulation. The head goes up about that far, goes down. It has some head pivot right there, full 360. And then the arms, they go up. You're going to have to, I already loosened this one up a little bit, but you're probably going to have to heat that joint up. But it goes up about that far, has a bicep rotation as well as double jointed elbows. The hand goes full 360, has a hinge at the wrist. And then there's a diaphragm joint, no waist swivel, which is not too bad. And then the legs go up about that far, pretty nice. And they go back, not that far, but pretty cool. Double jointed knees. We get a, oh, is that a, no, that's not a calf rotation. It looks like it, but it's not. And then the feet go up about that far. They go down, and then we have ankle pivot. Getting into some size comparisons, as you can see, we have the Age of Ultron Marvel Legends Hulk, and I think the size between these two is absolutely perfect. And then we have the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Thanos. This was the first Build-A-Figure in the Wave 1, and then next to the Thor over here, and I think that this size is actually kind of good, because if you remember in the beginning of the movie, Thanos had his head right here, and he's kind of squatted down like that, so I think that's a perfect size right there. We're going to have him in a little pose. I'm going to show you. Here's the pose I was talking about. It's when Thor threw the axe through Thanos' chest. Nearly killed him in the movie. Again, there's spoilers, so, you know. When he has his axe in Thanos' chest, and Thanos snaps his fingers. But as you can see, the size proportions is pretty good between the two, and I like it a lot. Here's a size comparison between my two other Thor action figures, the one from Ragnarok and then the one from the first Thor movie. And as you can see, between the Infinity War and the first Thor movie, you can tell that they probably got some inspiration from this suit, because I see some line details on the stomach area that are pretty similar from this one over here. And then I think the size comparison is actually pretty cool. The only thing that makes these guys a little bit taller is their helmets. So if this guy had a helmet, they'd pretty much be all the same height. But pretty cool, guys. Comment down below which one you like the most. So I highly recommend this figure, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.